Okay, don't freak out, relax. This is a book. It has no megapixels, it doesn't take pictures, it won't connect you with the world and make you a famous star on Instagram. It's a book. There were many books in the world. There was plenty of books. And now they're all hiding in bookstores and public libraries. Today we talk about a book. Stay seated, relaxed. It's just a book. It won't bite you. And I'm your uncle. This is the Outdoor Survival Handbook by Ray Mears. And for the three of you who don't know who Ray Mears is, don't be ashamed. It's okay. He's an Englishman. He was born, I guess, 54 years ago. He's a documentarist. He's an expert in primitive skills. He's a great guy, at least in my opinion, because what he does with great passion. And this book was printed in 1992, published in 92, and this is the 2001 version. I bought it on his website, and I'll put a link in the description so you can check it out. It's very cheap, but it's so full of information, so complete. It's a pleasure to read, and it's one of those books that makes you think that you will probably pass it on to a friend, to a son or a grandson. But even if you're a kid, this is very, very informative. Now, the book is divided in 4 sections. And this is Ray Mears' autograph, but I'm sorry. It's divided in 4 sections, one for each season. I hope you can see that. So spring, summer, autumn, and winter. And since it's not a novel, you don't have to read it from page 1 to the last, 200 and something. You can simply look for things that interest you and read about them. What I really like about this is that it's very, very well explained, it's written with a down-to-earth approach, and it goes through all the skills and even basic things that you might need when you're camping, when you want to enjoy nature and the outdoors. So it's one of those books that you keep reading, even if you read it all, you just go back to it. I'm thinking about fire or wood carving. This is a book that really is a pleasure to read. Trust me, it's a pleasure to read, and it's very easy because the illustrations, which are black and white, by the way, they're very detailed, and they're clear. And the fact that it's written in a very simple language, some things are explained to the point where you end up reading a page, and when you get to the bottom of the page, you just learned something. Don't get me wrong, there are many manuals, outdoor, survival, whatever you want to call them, manuals out there. It's just that some are very entertaining. Think about sleeping in a carcass of an animal or fighting zombie ninjas with a pencil. They're very funny. I have no problem with that kind of books. Actually, what I believe is that all books should be read, good or bad, just to give yourself enough information to criticize them. And this is the only one I keep going back to see if I've tried this or that technique to do something when I'm out camping and enjoying nature. And the fact that Ray Mears, at least I don't know him personally, but he seems to adore nature and bushcraft to the point that when he tells you about it, it feels like a love letter. Whatever he does with great passion, great love. Just a word from the back of the book will tell you everything about him. The Outdoor Survival Handbook is a book of discovery, explaining the everyday skills you need to live in and enjoy the natural world without violating it. Now, this phrase, without violating it, is it's something. And it tells you something about how passionate he is. And there's a thing that I do, I've been doing it for a few years now, although I read the whole book, but I simply do this, the Ray Mears roulette, I call it. So when you have time with your friends or your family, you just get the book and open it at a random page and learn that skill. Today we're learning basketry projects. Okay, that's a bit complicated, but you can do it. I can do it. I did it. And the fact that it's divided in 4 sections, one for each season, gives you an idea of how the same skill applies in a different way to a different season. Water collecting, shelter making, even droppings. Even droppings are super interesting when Ray Mears tells you about them. Animal droppings, yes. Now I see why they went for illustrations, drawings, instead of pictures. That's smart. And it's very cheap. It's a book. Again, don't be afraid. It's not a smartphone. It won't cost you $500 or 500 euros or dollars or pounds. It's 15 euros in Europe, 15 pounds, which is a bit more in England, and $15 in America, I guess, which is a lot less. So American friends, buy it because it's even cheaper in your country for some reason. Ray Mears' Outdoor Survival Handbook. Read it and let me know what you think of this book, if you read it or if you're about to buy it. And let me know what you think of the video. I'll leave you a link in the description below to his website where he sells this book. Of course, is available on Amazon and other websites. Thank you for watching. I'm your uncle.